So this is the pound dollar analysis for Friday the 27th of October. Now, let's just what happened with prices. So let's grab the pen. So on yesterday's analysis, we came into this zone here. We had a strong fundamental news catalyst. In regards to the pound, we saw the price come up. We did say we were looking in around this 32.81 region to see a successful break, from which we'll be looking at the very next major level in and around 33.50, a few minor levels in around 33.04. But what we were looking for is a break of this 32.81. We didn't quite break 32.81 to move on to 33.50 or 33.04. Instead, we did have a bit of a sell-off before we actually got to the region, which is I would interpret as the actual touch of the region. So we did go as high as 32. What was that? 32.79. So we've been in around 32.79. So let's say 72.80. 79.4. So let's say 32.80. So within a pip or two of this region here. We did see the selling come into the market. Now, the selling did come in around the major level that we wanted. That's the reason we pretty much identify these levels on the charts. And we did see a sell-off. We did see a minor reaction in around the 200, 400 period moving average. There was a 50 period moving average confluence just here. We did see a bit of buying on this candle and this candle here, but we didn't see follow through. So this continuation, this bearish, I suppose you could say it's a momentum candle, could be say it's an MC, just here breaking and closing below the 200, 400 and 50 period moving average, suggesting a continuation. Price did come down to this 31.47. We did come down to this 31.47, and again, even though we did see a small reaction on this candle here, we do have continuation beyond that level. So we're into a region where we previously found support in around the 31, where is this, in around 31.10, is it 31.20? We did find some support here at 31.20 previously. There's a few notifications going off. So we did find more recently, we did find some support in around this minor support in around 31.20, as can be seen here on the charts, as well as over here on the charts. We did go all the way down. We're currently in that region now, so if we do find support there, we're looking for a retest of 31.47. Do successfully break above 31.47, might see a bit of consolidation for a break to retest these 200, 400 period average, a break from which we'll be looking to see if we do find a minor resistance in around 32.20, primarily because of this we did see some selling on a couple of occasions more recently of this 32.20, a break from which we'll be looking at again at this major level in and around 32.81. So if we do see a continuation of the bearish momentum that we currently experiencing the more recently, we would definitely be looking at this weekly pivot in and around this 30.93 to see if we do find a reaction like we have just here. We had to move all the way up to 32.81. So 30.93, this weekly pivot may come into focus if we do break down and we do not find support in around this 32.20 region, beyond which we'll be looking all the way down to this 130, well, on this hourly time frame. We'll find some dynamic levels of support and resistance on the higher time frames, but on this primary time frame here, the execution time frame, we're looking for price to come down to this 130 region, where we might find likely find some major support in around this 130 and this 129.83, and we can't anticipate prices going much beyond that. But if we do go beyond that, we'll be looking all the way down to this 128.80 for the next major level of support. So those are pretty much the levels identified here on this hourly chart. So if we do go out to the higher time frame, let's go have a look at the weekly time frame, see where we are. Let's get a scale on here correct. So on this weekly time frame, we have not seen the continuation that we would have wanted. We are still in a uptrend on this weekly chart, as we can see here. Prices did find support in around this 20 period moving average here, marked out in red, and prices have been moving to the upside. We did see this strong move to the upside all the way up to 36.57 in and around the close of the Brexit week candle in 2016. We did see subsequent sell-off all the way back down to this 20 period. We did, since then, we have seen some pretty strong bearish momentum in the market. We did have this 1 week, which now seems a bit of an anomaly in the overall primary trend. Because since then we've just seen a series of bearish week. Again, this week we have pushed up, but selling momentum has come down, so we do look poised to test this 20-period moving average as well. And 20-period moving average currently sitting at 30.84, so it's pretty close to this 30.93. So I'd assume that both levels will be tested at the same time, a break from which we'll be looking at this 130 region below and 129.83 as the next major level. There aren't any other dynamic levels of a support and resistance here on this weekly chart. So even though we're in a what could be termed an uptrend, a slightly weak uptrend due to the heavy retracements, and the primary move at present over the past couple of weeks has been to the downside, with 5 of the past 6 weeks being bearish weeks. So if we do have a look at the daily chart, just quickly. So on this daily chart, over here we had a high. We've had a higher high in up around 36.57. We've come up all the way up to where were we up here? 33.50. And we did have a bit of a sell-off. We didn't go all the way to retest these lows. We did find support in around 39.3, but we have not come back all the way up to retest this 33.50 region. Instead, we've found resistance in around 32.81, as can be seen by this strong candle closing near the lows here on the 26th, and we do seem to have continuation so far here on Friday the 27th. So we do look poised for another retest of 30.93, beyond which we'll be looking at these lows over here. These lows on this candle were all the way down at let's just get it correct. Lows were all the way down to 30.27. That's where we did find some buying momentum come back into the market just before this 130 region. Now we do have to be aware of this dynamic level of support and resistance, possibly around this 400-period moving average here in black, and that's currently sitting in and around this 400-period moving average currently sitting at 130.13. So in around 130.13, I suppose that's close enough to 130 to just simply say round it down to 130. So say it's in around this 130. By the time prices do get down, it'll be around 130 anyway. So in around this 130 and 129.83, we might find some major support for a possible bounce. May not trace all the way back up to this 131.47, but we might likely see a bounce in around that region there. So that should wrap up the pound dollar analysis. So before I go, LCS, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.